Hello, welcome to another episode of Wonder with Sophie. On today's episode, we're making meat pie from scratch. So meat pie is a Nigerian pastry made out of flour, beef, or chicken, depends on what protein you want in yours. But for today's one, I'll be using minced beef, the 5% fat one. So I'm going to give you a detailed tutorial on how I make my meat pie and how we enjoy it. So just come along with me. Yeah, so let's make the meat pie now. For this recipe, I'll be using about 4 cups of flour, which should give us 12 to 15 meat pie in total. I'll be adding cold butter, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and baking powder to this mixture. I'll be using cold butter just to make sure the meat pie stays flaky and it gives us that flaky feeling we like. And I'll also mix it with cold water too. When I'm done mixing, I'm going to wrap this up in a cling film and put in the fridge. The reason for this is for it to just stay consistent throughout, to stay flaky. So I'll leave this in the fridge for about 30 minutes and I'll start getting my meat pie filling ready. So I'll be using potato and carrot for this filling. So I'm going to peel and chop that nicely, to as tiny as possible. Then the veggies I'll be using green bell peppers and yellow bell peppers, 1 scotch bonnet and half of an onion. I'll be using my food chopper to process this properly just to make it rough but not smooth. You can decide to use any oil for this part. Here I'll be using sunflower oil. I'm going to fry my veggies a bit, make sure it's properly cooked. Then I'll be adding my minced beef, the 5% one. I'm going to cook this well for about 3 minutes, reducing the gas so it doesn't burn. So I'm going to cook it properly until it's pebble-like, just like this. Then I'll add my seasoning or my spices. Here I'll be using 1 onion cube, the adobo sauce, the adobo spice, and ginger and garlic, and a little bit of salt. So I'm going to add this, reduce the gas, then I'll put in the cut potato and carrot and add more water now. This is actually the first time I'll be adding water. I'm going to add some water here. Then I'll let this cook for 5 minutes in total. When that is properly cooked, I'll be using 1 tablespoon of flour as my thickener just to make sure the meat pie filling is thick and not watery. Yeah, so I'm going to make sure I turn that and mix it properly so it's properly mixed. I'll let that sit in for a few seconds. Then I'll add just a little butter just to give it that moist feeling that we see in meat pie. Yeah, just a little butter just to give it that moist feeling. So I'm going to let that cool down now. Yeah, so I'm going to let this cool down totally. You don't want to use your meat pie filling while it's still hot. So I'll let that cool down, clean up a bit, and probably have my bath. Then I'll continue. I'm back. Just had my bath and ready to make my pies. So I have my tray set out, my meat pie cutter and my roller. So I'm just going to roll, put the filling in and put it in the meat pie maker and put it on the tray. That's what I'm doing here now. So when I'm done doing this, I'm going to mix 1 egg and use that to glaze the meat pies properly, and I'll put it in the oven for about 30 minutes. just to cook. And when it's in the oven, try not to open the oven, because I think I did that. Yeah, I opened it and added a bit of a spill. But try not to open your oven. Just let it cook for 30 minutes and you should have this, which is not bad. So let's hear what they have to say. So how is it?
What's the weight?
So how is it?
It's delicious.
Thank you. It's good. Good. Hi, and this is me signing out for today. See you in the next vlog. I hope I'm not making meatpie because this is so stressful. But here you go. There you go. Bye. Bye.